Well, I guess normally I don't do videos which are, laced with expletives and, to where I have to put a warning out beforehand. There are many other vloggers on YouTube which do this on a regular basis at this point. But, somehow tonight I feel compelled to do it. So, big warning ahead. Because the use of polite language can only get you so far. This is the type of language that promises you that bombs and mayhem are going to solve the world's problems. It's all very much couched in very polite language. At some point you have to realize that language actually has a function. That means if you're outraged enough, you should probably employ it once that outrage reaches a certain level. This is an article by CNN Money. It's entitled "Unpaid Jobs, the New Normal?" ? Well, businesses are generally wary of risks of using unpaid labor. Companies that have used free workers say that it can pay off when done right. That's the headline of this article. Now, it is somewhat fleshed out, so let me go and delve right into it. With nearly 14 million unemployed workers in America, many have gotten so desperate that they're willing to work for free. While some businesses are wary of legal risks and supervision, such as an arrangement might incur, companies that have used free workers can say that it can pay off when it's done right. So, this is what we finally come to. People who work for free are far hungrier than anybody that has a salary, so they're going to outperform, they're going to try to please, and they're going to be creative, says Kelly Fallis, Chief Executive of Remote Stylist, a Toronto and New York based startup that provides web-based interior design services. From a cost savings perspective, to get something off the ground, this is huge, especially if you're a small business. If you're a small business that can't afford to have other employees working for you, then you probably shouldn't be in this fucking business to start with, okay? Minor criticism on my point. In the last 3 years, Fallis has used about 15 unpaid interns for duties in marketing, editorial, advertising, and sales account management, and public relations. She's convinced it's the wave of the future of human resources. 10 years from now, this is going to be the norm, she says. Question: why do people work for free? The benefit of unpaid labor offers to the business a pretty clear, but it can also give employees the needed experience, a reference letter, or even some sort of self-esteem. Once you're out on the street, you get a little self-esteem by working for free, I suppose. Cassie Johnson, a 27-year-old, in San Marcos, lost her job as an enrollment advisor for an online university in 2009 and was receiving unemployment benefits for a year before finding out that they ran out, those benefits. So since then, she entered into a relationship with a profitable company working for free. I'm learning a lot, she says, and I'm really feeling good about it. I'm happy. I feel relevant. I'm not making any money, though it's kind of tough. But I feel it's setting me up for a career. What is that career going to be? Flipping hamburgers at McDonald's? Is that what you're setting yourself up as a career objective? Sometimes gratis work can even lead directly to a paid opportunity. And the operative word here is sometimes. Sometimes, yes, of course. Sometimes it can lead to that. Most of the time, it's not going to lead to that at all. You have amassed a lot of this information that you like to share with people. Oh, I'm so educated now. I'm an educated worker who is basically getting you the information for free. How nice. Unfortunately, this is what CNN says. Unfortunately, for many employers hoping to use unpaid labor to advance their business objectives, there are strict federal and state laws. Yeah, might be a slight impediment. Basically, yeah, if you're going to employ volunteers or any kind of workforce which furthers your profit, then basically what you're promoting is either slavery or indentured servitude, as far as I'm concerned. We don't have a system in this country where you can work for free, says Jay Zweig, a partner who works in employment law at some firm in New York. The exceptions are very, very rare, and generally there are state laws that will fill in to say that unless you meet specific criteria, you're going to get in trouble with the government. Well, the problem here is, folks, that most small businesses are not going to get in trouble with the government whatsoever. If they want to have some intern program out there which pays either shit wages or nothing, then they're not covered by that law. And yeah, as far as capitalism is concerned, that's something I'll leave to the capitalists, because evidently everybody is supposed to secure better living standards through the system. You know, even if you work for free, I guess, and with some vague promise of a job at the end. But this is what's being promoted on CNN. Money. If a person has entered into an employment relationship with a company, they need to be paid for their work, the U.S. Labor Department spokesperson says. We stepped up enforcement to ensure these businesses are complying with us. We've hired an additional 250 investigators. With the additional federal scrutiny, these paid arrangements, such as, you know, auctions, auditors, nobody's going to get anywhere, basically. A lot of employers don't get that the law is not about personal responsibility or agreements between consenting adults. It's about getting the pay to people as the law requires. Companies that are found violating these laws, blah, blah, blah. Okay? There's a whole litany of these arguments out there. And then there's this. Like others who have used unpaid labor, remote stylist Kelly recommends beginning at a very specific job description and conducting a thorough hiring process to screen out people who are not going to give their all for nothing. Candidates who respond to Fels' posting on Craigslist and on Facebook must fill out a detailed email questionnaire and undergo 2 rounds of phone interviews, not to mention 3 other phone interviews after that. Those who join them, whether they are students or out of work 20 to 30-year-olds or anybody else, must agree to a 4-month run and sign a hiring contract. She asks interns to commit 30 hours per week. She has been burned in the last few weeks by people who were just trying to juggle a paid job with her commitment to her own company. So that's why she wants full commitment. 100% free labor. Believe it or not, the competition for some of these unpaid gigs can grow pretty intense. Basically, some companies are receiving 300 applications from job seekers willing, to retrain and work for free while they're looking for other jobs. But as soon as they have fulfilled their temporary jobs, then of course some other temporary workforce will come in to do the exact same job, while the company itself is making a profit out of free labor. So it goes on and on. This article is very disconcerting and actually infuriating. I don't know which way you want to spin this thing, but basically, this is fucking slavery. That's what it amounts to. There's no polite language to describe this. If you want people to work for free for you in order to make a profit, then that's an abomination. It's slavery, it's exploitation, and it's fucking wrong. It's wrong. no matter how you want to spin it. Yeah. And they're spinning it. And Americans are, once again, falling for this bullshit.